Ed eccoci qua al giorno 3.
Here we are, day 3.
Grazie per essere qui, voi tutti che siete in presenza.
Thank you for being here, you all that are here and now in presence.
E grazie a tutte le persone che ci seguono da casa.
And thank you to all the people that are following online.
Bene, questa giornata di oggi inizia con un caro amico.
This day it will start with a dear friend.
Ma quando è che ci siamo conosciuti? 2017, 2018?
18. When we met for the first time in 2018.
Ti ricordi? Eravamo due bambini praticamente.
You remember? We were 2 kids at that time.
È simpatico rincontrarsi sempre dopo un anno, ogni anno.
It's very good to meet every year after one whole year.
Perché vediamo le nostre evoluzioni, i nostri cambiamenti.
Because we can see our evolutions, our changes.
Sei cresciuto, Matteo?
You grow up, Matteo. You grew up.
Chi l'avrebbe mai detto che ti saresti seduto su questa sedia?
Who knows that a day you will sit on this bench?
Adesso smetto di parlare io.
Now I will stop talking.
E lascio con molto piacere tutta questa bella panchina a te.
And I let with great pleasure all this bench for you. Where to start? There's my mom here at the festival. Last year she was also here at the festival because I asked her to come. Because it was very important for me, for our story, to share this with her. Because in the past years, it was a bit difficult for me. My journey in life and my journey with food together. And so my mother lived a lot of these challenges and fears and doubts, and it has been very hard for me and for her, most of all for her. A lot of fears, a lot of anger, and so at a certain point when my life was a bit more stabilized, I asked her to come here to see. Well, mom, it's not that I am alone. There are other people that are kind of me, and usually these other people that are kind of me are even more stable than me. And me too. Now I am stable. And yes, I can just eat fruits or I can just drink juices and I'm okay. And so for me it was very important, and it amazed me that this year for me it was just one time. I mean, I know that my mom, she's not too much into this kind of topic, so I was thinking she will come 1 year and then it's okay, I'm happy. But then this year she asked me, I want to come again. What? Yes, I want to come again for like 8 days, 7 days. Mom, why? Because it was interesting because last year she was very, and she is like a bit skeptic about all this. She doesn't want to stop eating. She like eating, and but at the same time, last year at the festival she felt great with all the people, with all the practices, with the nature, with the energy we shared, and during the last festival, she was eating a bit less than normal, and she ended up losing some kilos that were a bit more for her, a bit too much for her, and she felt great. And after the festival, she stayed with that weight. She didn't gain again that weight. And so she said, I feel good. I mean, I don't. Oh, sorry. So the translators are you. I, um, I mean, maybe I'm not resonating too much with the topic, but with what's happening, I like, and I love this. I love this. Um, this is for me. This is not just about people that maybe or maybe not want to stop eating or just to drink, or it's for everyone. Uh, and then, of course, for example, my mom, since I don't know how many years, but since quite a bit of time, at lunch she just have a juice, a fresh juice. So she's also doing her thing. So what we are talking about, breatharians, pranic living, breatharians. So everybody breath. So in a kind of way, everybody is a breatharian. And what is prana? Prana is energy. Energy is everything, is everywhere. So everybody is pranic. This microphone is pranic. It's made of prana. So we are already there. There's nothing to do. Just to follow what's happening. And for me, this is the most important thing. Because I have a mind that wants to reach things, to grasp things, to hit things, to, yeah, like this. And telling to myself, you are already where you want to be right now. This is super good for me. I have nowhere to go. At the beginning, I started my journey with life and food to heal my symptoms, be a superhuman, to be different from the others, to be better, because I'm healthier and you're not. I will live longer. I'm different. And there was a lot of fear about, because I had a super bad relationship with food. I was eating a lot, and I was feeling bad. And so I was fearing eating. And so my journey was always about reach something that is not already there. And this guided me to discover beautiful things, amazing things, very beautiful, but also a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, because there was always something that I have not now. So I have to reach, I have to go. So I put a lot of effort. And then when, oh yes, I have it. And then like after a little while, there was something that, whoa, throwbacks me again and feel a lot of suffering. And so again, I want to reach that state that it's so beautiful. And again, effort, until I touch it, I have it, and then again, back. And this for a lot of years. I am 37, a lot of years. I mean, a lot. And it took me a lot of years to understand this. It has been a very long uh, awakening, understanding. And this is my understanding until now. It will change, I know. I was walking in the mountain, and in front of me, I was at the top of a not too high mountain, and in front of me there was another higher mountain, and on the side, very steep of these other mountains, there was a man on a motorcycle, and it was like trying to going to the top, but it was too steep, and so it was a lot of sound, a lot of noise, and then it was almost there, and then and so again, and he did this for half an hour, going up and down. It didn't uh, succeed, and I was looking at him, and I am like this. I am really like this, and maybe I have to change something. But then it took me, and I'm still in this process of stopping myself to do this, but I'm still doing this, but less and less. And so, for example, for me, at the beginning, it was food that I was using to reach a certain state of consciousness. So I was food dependent. Food, I mean, not to eat. The ingestion. I was using the ingestion, not ingestion or ingestion of only fruits, of only liquids, to reach a certain state. And then, of course, every time that I wasn't doing that kind of things that I was believing, that I was knowing, that was leading me to that, I was going to hell. And it was really, really, really hell. Really hell. And it was okay. It was my journey. And by doing this, at a certain point, I don't know even why, because maybe because I was so hard with myself that at a certain point, my system told me, stop. I can't do it anymore. But because my mind was keeping, oh, you have to do it, and then my body was it can't. And so since that moment, I passed from controlling what I was ingesting and in my life, and I said just whatever it comes, it comes. And so a lot of things came, a lot of wild things in my life, and toward the ingestion of food, and I was scared because if I don't control anything, what can happen? I will die. I will eat too much. I will get fat. There was a friend of mine that was seeing me eating a lot, and she said to me, if you keeping it like this, you will become fat. But it was it was the only thing that I could do. I couldn't do other things. And incredibly, every time a balance came by itself, I trusted the process, what was happening, even if it was so wild. And then at a certain point, by itself, naturally, wow, find a balance. That maybe then is then, but then it was a balance that came. And I have a friend that he did diving course, and I don't know if it's completely right, but it said to me that when you are diving, when you're underwater, if there is a flow of water that is putting you out of balance, what you don't have to do is trying to be again in that position, because if you put effort, you will be blown away by the flow. You just need to do anything. Don't do anything. Just let the flow, and then you will then adjust by the flow itself. So trust life beyond what I think that I am, that I should be. This is the, the most important thing for me now. And I'm amazed by what's happening. So for example, for me, it's strange. I can't say why I am talking here. I don't know, but I know that it's okay that I talk here. This is like my eighth festival. I had a lot of experience that you had, that I am having what you're having. But for me, this is going beyond the ingestion or not ingestion of something. During these last 2 years, I drank a lot. I discovered with Nicolas and Rafael, I discovered the magic world of liquids. The magical world of liquids. Because before I was more into fruits. I discovered all these by fruits, and there is a lot of people that is discovering this with fruits. But I didn't know liquids, so I like a baby. Oh wow, this is new, or this is, I find, and I will try. Okay, let's try. But I didn't decide it. Myself, it was a bit like, no, it's better fruits because it's more simple, it's more natural, and then these packed juices that are heated. But then my body asked me that, and so I couldn't say no, and so I find myself drinking a lot of pineapple juice, but in the package, because I am lazy. And also because my body wanted it, and so okay. So in these last 2 years, I was a lot drinking, but without control, without any control. So if at a certain point I am attracted by I would call it chicken, roasted chicken, for example. I have roasted chicken. I eat roasted chicken. And when I eat it, I don't know what will happen. I don't know what will happen next day. And I'm not like, yes, I'm a breatharian. I'm on liquids, so I will eat this chicken, and then tomorrow I will come back on liquids. No, I'm not anything about it. For me, it works like this. I'm not defining myself in any way, so I don't know in 5 minutes what will happen. So I can't say I am something. And so, for example, it happened this winter. It was a period of time where I was not doing too much things. And so I drank not too much. And so I was a little thin, but like now, I think. And I was pretty good. But the problem was that I have a problem with work. It's very hard for me to find a job, a way to have money. I'm not so used to these things. And at a certain point, I said to me, it's better that I work a bit. Also because I wanted to do something practical. And so I work for water plant nursery. I worked for a water plant nursery, but there is always the possibility, the chance for me in spring to work in this place. So I started to work again after 2 years of not working there in this water plant nursery. But working in a water plant nursery is a very demanding job physically. In spring there are a lot of things to do, so I have to work 8-10 hours a day doing hard stuff. And I was drinking just apple juice, pineapple juice, because for me liquids are just fruit juices. I'm like this. I can't have a dense liquid. For me, if I want something dense, I eat. And if I'm feeling liquids, I just drink fruit juices. But it's me, eh? Everyone speak for oneself. Every one of us is different. Don't try. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm feeling that if I'm trying to emulate what the others are doing, but getting inspired, yes. So I started working in this state, and the first 2 days were horrible. I was exhausted, completely exhausted. My muscles were aching. I had like my whistle is called, no, wrist. My wrist, he was aching a lot. It was very, very hard. After these 8-10 hours, I was coming back home and then immediately sleep. And after 2 days, maybe 3 days of that, I said, no, it's not possible. It's not possible keeping like this. So, or I stop working, or I eat something else to have more energy to change something. And for me, at that moment, when I was 10 years before, the choice would be I stop working because I want to keep my journey. But now my choice is, okay, I said I am responsible. I said that I was working there, so I want to keep my word. And I don't want the one that, because I have only to drink liquids, I'm not able to be strong and do things. No, I don't want to be like that. Like that. So I said, okay. And so I started eating. I felt my body, and my body was saying to me, eat meat. It will help you. So I started after 3 days of this. I started to eat meat, and immediately the day after, super fit. I was strong, and I did, even in the first 3 days, I was doing everything. I was doing also heavy. I had the strength, but I was exhausted at the end. And after eating meat, then I had the same strength, but I wasn't so much exhausted. And and then there was like my part. Oh, see, Matteo, because of your work, then you stopped to drink liquids and you ate meat, and so you lost your consciousness, because of course something changed, but it was something changing, and it wasn't that. And at this moment, it's not changing too much when I eat something else, when I change. More and more, it's almost the same. There are some differences still, but less and less. But I decided, so I kept eating meat for 4 days. And for me, it was like, okay, to work, I have to eat meat. I have to work for 3 months, 3-4 months. So for 3-4 months, I will eat meat. And I was also happy because I did it before 2-3 months of this, and I was very happy with this. So I was okay. And after 4 days, my body said, fruit juice, pineapple juice. And so I said, okay. And so I started to drink again pineapple juice and pear juice and keep working. And I was keeping working with the same strength, with just drinking juices, but no exhaustion, or much less than before. And I was amazed by this. How is that? I don't know. It's a mystery for me. Um, for me, everything is a mystery. Um, I studied a lot of things about food, about all the ways that we can use to heal with food, etc. And the one thing that I don't like, I mean, it's okay, but I don't like is that everyone that has something, the liquid diet, the fruit diet, the macrobiotic diet, the carnivore diet, usually they say this is the way, this is the natural way of ingesting things. If you do this, you will be healed. If you do all the other things, it's wrong. If you are feeling good, it's because you are following this. If you are following this and not feeling good, it's because you're not following it in the right way. You have to be more strict in it. And for me, I see some people that eat only fruits and are super good. I see a lot of people that are eating fruits and are so bad. I've seen people that heal themselves by eating only meat, and I've seen other people that they heal themselves by not eating meat. So for me, it's a mystery. But people, of course, can continue saying that they have the truth and that you have to do like this. But for me, it's completely not working like this. We are free. We are much more free. And so yes, this is my journey. So I don't know anymore what it will happen next. I'm open to things, and at the beginning of discovering this topic, this Breatharian Pranic topic, I was thinking that I was also experiencing some incredible things. So I was thinking that yes, this is the end. This is the end. If you stop eating, you are completely solved. You're completely healed. It's that. And so pranic people that don't eat, are saints, are perfect. And then by following, by speaking, by passing time with people that are not eating or eating very few things, I discovered that they are very normal people, like every one of us, with their challenges, with their rigidity, and also, of course, with their gift and talent. And of course, if you do something with yourself, I mean, if you are a super rock climber, you will have a certain thing in your body, etc. So if you don't eat, and if you are able to nourish from the energy that is around us without using food, of course. But it's not that you are better than others, and it's not that, for me, of course, this is what I'm saying. Maybe I'm saying wrong things, but in this moment, I'm feeling this. Um, it's just a thing. It's not the thing. It's just an element to play with. And for me, the thing is that it's very easy with these kind of things to get attached to them. Strobinger, he is Austrian. He's a filmmaker. He did the film, the documentary "Living on Light." He will speak here every year, and I think it will say it also this year. I don't know, but I will say also. He said that for him, to be able to not eat or eat super few things is just a siddhi. In Patanjali, the founder, I don't know, the writer of yoga, said that by doing yoga, by doing meditation, maybe you encounter some siddhis. So maybe you start flying, you stop eating, you're starting to feeling the thoughts of the others. And he say, don't attach to this. It's not the aim. Be aware. because it's dangerous, because your ego can take this and say, oh, I'm a superhuman. This is not the work. It's, you can do it, but this is not the work of yoga. The work of yoga is being conscious of what's happening. So if a CD come, welcome, it's okay. But if the CD goes away, welcome, no problem. And for me, when I felt so beautiful state of ecstasy, well, like in meditation, then when it goes away and maybe you suffer, there's something that I want again. I don't want this suffering. I want that. And so you start trying to reach pleasure and avoid suffering. Also with food, we are doing this. We're using food to avoid our feelings. And we follow the pleasure of eating to avoid some problems that we have. But it's also with not eating or just having liquids that it, for me, I'm seeing this in me, but I'm believing I'm seeing this also in other people. But maybe I'm wrong. But we can use also not ingesting things or ingesting some kind of things to avoid suffering. And for me, it's not avoiding suffering, but just living what is coming. If suffering come, welcome. If suffering goes away, welcome. Everything is welcome. And it's difficult because when I suffer a lot. I suffer a lot, and it's very difficult. And there's a part of me that doesn't want to leave all this suffering. And at the same time, there's a part of me that say, you are this suffering. You are everything. You can't avoid a part of yourself because you can't be yourself in this way. And I want to be myself. And myself is everything, so I want to be everything. Also suffering. And another kind of thing that comes to me is like separation. I started this journey because I want to be different from the others. And for me now that I want to be integrated with the others, but without having to lose myself to be with the others, to find a balance. So like, for example, Nicola, it was saying that when I have my kids, I eat with them. I discovered this. And it's perfectly okay. And I mean, I know a lot of wonderful people that are eating. And they are really, really wonderful. It's not that to be a wonderful being, you have no, the only thing that you have if not to stop eating or drinking just liquids. No, you can be a wonderful person, and we already are as we are. And then, of course, everyone will find his own balance. And for example, there are some people that their own balance is just eating one meal a day. In the quantity, everyone is different. There are some people that are happy with one apple a day, or with one salad a day, or with hot chocolate and nothing else. And there are some people that eat 6 meals a day of meat, and they're happy with that. And the important thing is to be aligned with ourselves in every moment for me, and to be able to discover what is, and also to be open to not be aligned, and to experience this, and to trust and be open to what's happening, and trust that everything changes. So suffering is not permanent. It will pass like clouds. And when it will pass and I'm feeling good, when I remember my days of suffering, actually I like them. They are good memories. Very good memories. When I'm leaving it, well, that's different. I want to not be there. I want to escape. It's hard. But then when I see back and but it was good to live these months like a crap like this. It's like yeah, it's like an old friend of mine that I can chat with. So yeah, mm, I like to be open. There's no way even like even up in this kind of topic there are many different ways. So I would say to myself, be creative, don't stuck in one label, and really try to find your own way by experimenting, and by being aware always that for me, there's always one part of myself that wants to grasp and say, I am a superhuman. I am this. And it's happening continuously. And my work is like to, hello, this part of myself. Okay, maybe I won't follow you today or in this moment. And sometimes I can, and sometimes I just have to follow because it's too strong, this, and it's perfectly okay. I'm checking the time. Oh, mm. So yes, and maybe you can just be in silence, feel what's happening, and if someone here or online, if there are online people, wants to ask something, it's we just like take few moments of this. Matteo talked a lot. Let's get rid of Matteo a bit, and then
Yes, thank you for your sharing. Um, I find it interesting the relation with food and taking a choice. Why you give the example? My body feel that I need some juice, and at another moment I need some meat. But you also mentioned sometimes it's um, I can notice that I'm attracted to certain food to kind of avoid certain emotions or to feel good, or I want the cornflakes that I had for breakfast when I was 5 years old to connect with my mother or something. And yes, at some point you say, okay, I don't try to. I mean, I heard that you said I don't want to control, and I just follow whatever happens. I don't know what I will eat tomorrow or not eat, and So how do you differentiate like this? You can notice, I feel that, okay, is it like my highest good, or is it just like some emotion that wants this, but maybe not my best? But what do I do? Do I just surrender to that, even if I feel that, okay, it's like avoiding something, or even this other part that wants to be a superhuman and wants to be better than the other. So I will just resist this. And how do you differentiate these different impulses? You say, okay, I feel that the best for me is to have this food, whatever it is, or not food, or juice, or meat, and sometimes it's just an impulse or an emotion that wants it. And do you understand what?
Moment.
Thank you very much for your question, because this is a bit my life. I don't know. I don't know. I understand you really, really well, because every time it's like this. A lot of time I feel sometimes I feel a really strong attraction toward some food, for example, but it's also for not only for food, for a lot of things. Huh? We are always thinking only about food, but it's for everything. But for me, I'm like a foodie, so it's very clear with food. So I think I feel a strong attraction toward the food, and usually my mind is saying to me, well, by your understanding, by your of what's happening in the past, but the book you read, the people you heard, if you do this, you will feel bad. And maybe it's just because you need some emotional thing, etc. And so this is awareness. For me, the thing is awareness, to be aware of what's happening inside of us, because we are not just one thing. So I am aware of that there is a strong attraction, and I'm aware of that there is awareness that say to me that maybe this is just, and I let this talk in me. I let this theater happen in myself. I'm just observing it. And most of the times it depends. If this attraction is super strong, it's very, very strong, I just surrender to it. It's because it's an integration. I experience, even if I will feel bad, my body, my soul will learn. And usually I'm feeling bad after having this, because I denied it myself before. I was pushing too much. If you push too much, then you will have this strong attraction. It means that there was something in you that was fixed, and you can't do anything. You just have to experience this and to live this and to understand. And you can repeat it, or you can maybe change. For example, right now, it's incredible, because like 2 weeks or a week before, like 2 weeks before, not so much time before coming here at the festival, I was like, it was like 6 months of almost only fruit juices, with like 2 times I eat, no, one time, maybe 2 times I eat chicken, roasted chicken. But usually when I was eating before, I was one whole, and now it's just a piece, and it's okay for me, and it's not hurting anymore. I'm noticing that when I'm eating other things, then what's my balance in a period, they're not too much, and I don't need so much quantities. But this is a process of years, because I for 8 years my body was telling to me, I want this, and I was telling to the body, no, this is not good for you. You have to eat fruits. For 8 fucking years. And this is like the 6th year since I said, okay, no more control. Just be wild. What you want, I will give you. And of course, sometimes your body asks you for something that is very balanced, and something asks you for a nightmare. But I want to live this nightmare because it's important for me to integrate this, because it makes me understand something. And so I was super good with fruit juices, and then I added a watermelon by eating it, because if I eat fruits, it changed me nothing. For me, if I drink and eat fruits, it's almost the same. I mean, if I only drink, there's something that is different, but not so much different. And at a certain point, I had to give a theater workshop for a macrobiotic retreat for people that are have cancer. Led by a doctor, very good doctor, but it is really strict in her diet. But she's kind of level 3. Huh? She's a super good energy. She doesn't eat too much, but she has her way. I didn't know this. I just knew that they asked me, "You want to eat with us?" 1 week or 2 weeks before, and I asked myself. Usually I say no, I will bring my food, but now I follow my intuition, my insight, what comes to me, and it comes to me, say yes. And I say, okay, I say yes. And so I knew that, well, it's 6 months that I am this, I have a very good balance. Oh, I am discovering so beautiful things in the last 2 days. I mean, very incredible things, like one day without just having few fruit juices. Next day, I had to do something with my friends in woods and sing. And so one part of me said, have some fruit juices so you have the strength to do this. And another part of me, no, I won't. But I'm feeling a bit, not too much energy, but I don't want. Okay, so I trust. And at a certain point with my friends, a person had to go and took water, but it was very far away. And so I said, I go running, so we were doing faster. And I started running with the bottle. And what? But before I was feeling, and now I'm running, and I've not usually I link the energy with the ingestion of something, but I'm seeing that sometimes I'm feeling, like this. And so, but even if I don't take, and then I do something, then the energy come. Sometimes no, I need to take. It's always different. But I mean, I was in this kind of I like this balance. And then I knew that I go in this retreat. If I eat with them, I will eat rice, like whole rice. And in my experience, if I eat whole rice, usually in these times, it hurts me a lot. But I was cold. There was a strong attraction. And so I ate. And there was also chickpeas. Oh, for me, chickpeas. Beans for me are really, really hard to digest. And I ate very few quantities, because they were really few quantities. And I ate really, really slowly. And the night was a bit like moving. And I didn't sleep slept too much, because there was my fire of digestion. I was moving a lot in the bed. And in the morning, I was a bit like, okay. Then I drank 1 cup of tea and two glasses of very, very good spring waters from the mountain. Super good. And I was amazed, because it was the first time for me that I'm digesting something so good. And that day and the next day I ate with them, always this, and I was keeping feeling great. I mean, there was a kind of a bit more heavier, so but I was okay, and my consciousness stayed in that state. So yeah, it's not about food; it's about consciousness. And if we match too much food and consciousness, or consciousness and meditation, there's something that brings you to a high level of consciousness. We are dependent on this thing, and I feel that I won't really be free. This is risky, eh? This is risky. Don't do this at home.
Can I ask in French my question? Ce sera plus facile pour moi. Déjà, merci. Je suis assez en concordance et en cohérence avec ce que tu exprimes et ce que tu peux vivre. Et en même temps, l'appel que j'ai de venir ici, de venir écouter ces témoignages, et peut-être que c'est un appel qui est un peu faux, c'est que les cellules ont cette conscience qu'elles peuvent se nourrir autrement. Et, et voilà, et que penses-tu de ça? Que...
I can translate. So I felt the call to come here, and what do you think of the concept that cells can be nourished by themselves? Cells can, that the body consciousness can nourish the cells.
Thank you for your question. Merci. I think that it's very important. It's very important that there are places in which we share these kind of experiences. That in some moments there's another way to live, to have energy instead of ingesting something. For me, I feel this is possible. But there's a part of me that it's not so sure about this. But yeah, I mean, I lived some kind of experience that for me, it's evident that we are nourished. Even if you eat, you are nourished by another energy. Always. Food is just balancing our microbiome, our emotions, and makes. But the for everyone, I think that the source is energy, and so as the source is energy and not food, even when you eat, of course, in some moments you can also use just energy in terms of touch, of hear, of being aware, of loving, and not ingesting anything, and have a lot of energy. And I feel that this is very important because this is a very, very delicate topic. And there are strong beliefs in the world right now that are completely against this. And so I think it's very useful to talk about this. but in a balanced way. For me, it's important. Maybe just this is bullshit. This is just bullshit. Maybe. For me, no, because it's so evident. It's magical. We are here, and it's beautiful. The energy. It's beautiful. Our way of being together, and even people that are not interested in this topic are enjoying this. So I think is very good that we are talking and about this possibility. Like, for example, like drinking from the air, from the wetness in the air, drinking from emerging in water, but without drinking and having a lot of energy. I experienced these kind of things. Yes, and at the same time, not to create another belief that, oh, this is the right way. We all have to do this. In the end, we all do this. It's just a way. It's a possibility. I don't like that we don't take a possibility and we can play with it. So many people say, no, this is not possible. It's a pity because you don't have a color. You lack the red, but the red is good to draw. So I would like to share this color of being nourished by energy, by consciousness with all the world. But if someone doesn't want to know it, if someone believes that this is all bullshit, it's okay. I understand. I really understand. And maybe something will happen that, for example, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if you was speaking about vegan or raw food or fruitarian, was people like, you will die. You will die. And now, because there are a lot of people that are living these kind of things and are super good, people are starting to say, no, okay, that's possible. So maybe it will happen also with this kind of nourishment that goes beyond the ingestion of something. Maybe not, I don't know. And at the same time, there are a lot of people that take these things like fruit diet or breatharians and thing to suffer a lot. Because the attachment of the ego, because we yes, we have the color, the red, but then we think that the red is the king of the colors. And so we start using only the red and you lose all the other colors. So let's rainbow. I answered your question. Yeah. So yeah, so for me, it's incredible with all the people like you. When I'm in your presence, when I'm near you, when I'm touching, I can feel a lot of energy. I can feel a super good connection with you. And I think because we share this color, this color is very strong in us and in all of us here. And this is because we are vibrating this. This is a color. My mother has maybe a little less, but she has. Everyone has these, and so we can share. And the people with another kind of color, the people that eat meat, they have something to teach us because we are all the same. We are one. So I'm eating, even if I don't eat meat, I'm eating meat because there's someone else that is eating meat. So for me, it's important really to share. And to try to let away all this judgment that we have towards ourselves and towards the others. Oh, you're eating this, you're not good, you're doing this, and struggle, and it's okay. We are human. It's okay. Well, I would like really to try to melt a bit this. And for me, maybe I will close with this. For me, in the last festival in France, I felt that for me, three things are very important. One is not judgment. It is the most difficult thing. We really demand, really not judge anything. In France, but everyone, no judgment, but really go into it, because when I say not judgment, then usually I think about the people that are dropping a lot of bombs on children, and wow, how can I don't judge this? But then if I work a bit on there, then wow, and I feel love, and yes, probably I will do everything I can to change this, but I'm happy if this is happening. It's strange, but I'm happy if this is happening, because it's life. But it's very hard. It's still very hard for me. It's okay. And the other thing is love. And love for me is not just, this love. Love is, for me, is everything. It's the energy that connects everything. And so love means also hate. Accept hate and love hate. Love, it doesn't mean that I hug the hate. If there is a hate, I don't judge it and I don't avoid it. I just welcome everything. And the other thing is presence. Be aware of what's happening and let this awareness work, and trust that and it's a learning process. It's not that we can reach things like this. It's just a learning process. Time and things happen, and awareness, and things will change. And we don't know where this will lead. So yeah, we are kind of a big family, and this family of this color of nourishing with energy. I love this is one of my great family, but I don't want that this become a closed family.
Online question. Hello, Matteo, and thank you for your sharing. My question. What did you do to heal your belly when it was swelling? Thank you so much. Swelling.
Oh, this is a hard question. This is a good question. I don't know. Cosa hai fatto per guarire quando il tuo pancia diventava gigante? Ok. Si ingrossava. Yes, I had and I have a lot of issues with my belly. When I was like 15 years old, I was super muscle, very real, but then I had like a belly like this. And so I looked myself at the mirror and I didn't like it. So the solution for me was banda, no? I was every moment in my life I was keeping my muscle tensed to not show this big belly. But this was a lot of effort, and then all my journey started to heal, to try to find a solution for this. And so I started with diets, with avoiding gluten, and this led me to discover all these pranic things in the end. But I was focused only on the material kind of things, on the food kind of things. And then I realized that it's much more beyond this. It's related much more with my mother said yes. Yeah. She knew from the beginning. She knew from the beginning. She was saying to me, Matteo, but it's also something that is not food. And I was saying, no, this is important for me, because I had to experience that, of course. But then, yes, I discovered that this is much more with my how I deal with my life, with my relationship, with my work, with my friends, with where I live. And so before I was eating or not eating to heal my belly. And now I don't want to heal it anymore. My mother says yes, like this. Yeah, I'm trying to, I'm arriving. Yes, no, she's true. I'm arriving to this, but because if I feel attracted by something that I know that it's not good for my belly, I will have it. And and more and more that I live, it seems surprising because without wanting to heal, then I discover that I am better. Just because I'm following what is happening. Yeah. So I can also enter in very technical things about fats and sugars and a lot of stuff, but I don't think it's useful right now.
Okay, Matteo, thank you very much for your openness. Did you discover ways to come out of the suffering when you are in it? Thank you.
No, not at all. Not at all. When I am suffering, it's for example, I spent like 2 weeks, 80% of the time in these 2 weeks, YouTube. Everything in YouTube that was, and not high videos, just practical things like fixing watches or boxes or box or tennis or just practical active things. I don't know. And when I was in it, and there was it's like with food, there was there was a kind of super attraction toward this, and my mind, my awareness said, Matteo, what are you doing? Your eyes will hug, but it's important, and I'm working on, maybe it will change, but right now I can't do anything. I can't say no, now I will stop this. With my will, I will stop this. No, I just stay in the suffering. I just stay in it. And miraculously, incredibly, surprisingly, there's always something. Well, after 2 weeks, it's okay. But it wasn't so much suffering. Huh? I mean, I liked it a lot also. It was really, for a part of me, was really good. Sometimes I suffer more, but very intense suffering, it's not lasting so much. So when I am in suffering, I am in suffering, and I trust that something will happen, and this will change. And I stay open. I feel what's happening. Usually is one person or something, and yeah, I'm here. I'm still here. So this proof that, and I'm feeling good right now. So this proof that suffering ends, and I mean, this is my way. I don't think that this is the way, but my way with suffering is just be with suffering and trust that something will happen. Maybe not, and it's okay. But in my experience, always something will happen, and the clouds and the sun and the clouds and suffering will come again. Welcome, suffering. I love you. You are a super good friend, even if you are super hard to deal with. But more and more, I'm loving you more.
Thank you, Matteo. Ti conosco molto bene e so che vuoi apparire per quello che realmente sei.
I know you really well, and I know that you want to appear as you really are.
Quanto per te sia importante essere libero.
As for you, it's very important to be free.
Ma sai che recentemente mi è apparsa la foto dell'anno scorso?
And recently appeared to me the photo of last year.
di quando finito tutto il festival, il processo,
The photo of when in the moment where it was everything was finished, the festival, the process after the festival.
ce ne siamo andati al ristorante.
And we went to the restaurant, Mira
Yes.
and Nicholas. Wow.
Quindi grazie per la tua compagnia.
Thank you for your company. I mean, eating with Raffaella and Nicholas. This is, whoa! It's not happening every day. So I was, of course, I will do it.
Sì, è stata una simpatica serata.
It was a very good evening. In front of the sea.
Yes, of course. Dai, avanti tutta.
Let's go.
Grazie.
Thank you.